and welcome to my episode 2 of Subnautica Let's Play. In episode 1 you'll know that I created the survival knife, which you can see here with me brandishing it, which we can use to gather up resources as I'll show you. For this episode, episode 2, what I want to do is I want to, my two objectives, one to create some air tanks and two to create some storage crates, which if we look in the fabricator, first of all for the air tanks we're going to need some titanium and glass. Glass is made with 2 quartz, so we will need 2 quartz to do one, so 4 quartz to do 2 air tanks. So, and also we want to create small storage cubes. If I do about 4 of them, that should be good. So that's my target for this episode. Thank you for joining me, by the way. Let's get started. So we'll go into the water and we'll stay away from them very large, nasty, aggressive fish. And we'll have to look to see if we can find ourselves... there's some quartz, which we're going to need. And we'll also gather some fish if we can as well for food.
Warning, readings from the Aurora exhibit characteristics consistent with total degradation of the dark matter containment field. Spikes in quantum fluctuations suggest an uncontrolled cascade detonation will occur with a probability of 83.5%.
She's so cheerful, isn't she? Always such good news. Oh, I nearly run out of air. Then that's what happens if you run out of air. The screen goes completely dark and then you drown. That's a very handy fish to get, the air sac, because it has 2 uses. You can eat it and it's also good for... water as well. So, okay, we want to gather up this limestone, which we use our dagger for, which is why we made the dagger. Let's gather some more fish. Does take a little getting used to. It's not overly difficult, it's just I make it look difficult.
Emergency. 10 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Oh, I must do them air tanks. So let's carry on looking for some quartz, because that's really all we need. There's some more. It's difficult to see during the day. Really, it's so much easier to look for quartz at night. Some salt. Always grab your salt as well if you ever see it. Some more over there. This is such a beautiful, pretty game and so fun to play. Really it is. And there's so much content. This is another Steam game and so much content in it, and they're still adding huge amounts of content. Really is really fantastic. Okay, I don't want to gather up too many fish because I've got nowhere to store them at the moment till we make our storage crates. We need more quartz. There we go.
Emergency.
And
10 seconds of oxygen remaining.
We need to stay away from that large aggressive fish. Like I say, let's head back. Of course, as time goes on, we're going to deplete all the resources around our tiny little life pod, so hopefully by that stage we'll have accumulated enough equipment to be able to get further afield. All natural progression. Okay, so food. Let's do some food first of all. There's our air sac and boomerang. So we're going to go with just cooked food for now. We're not going to cook the air sac fish. We're going to keep them for now. We'll cook the boomerangs. See, with water we can use the air sac for filtered water, which which we will do. Okay. Let's now eat some food.
Emergency. Readings from the Aurora show severe instability in the primary drive core.
Okay.
The central dark matter reactor will
The Aurora is going to blow up. So,
18
let's
minus
watch
10,
that.
9.
It is a
8,
very good effect.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
How cool is that? It's so fantastic, so well done. And of course all that area over now, but before us, in front of us, is going to be irradiated. Radiation leaks, which is the reason eventually we will build ourselves a radiation suit so we can go to the Aurora and fix it. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's get back to making these air tanks. Okay, so let's do the glass first of all. We need one piece of glass. And we need some titanium, which we gathered in the first episode. Shift click, put it in my inventory. Not sure how many we need, but we're going to gather a few because we want to make some storage crates as well. We'll put the air sacs in there, the surplus, and the copper ore, and the extra quartz. Okay. Let's now see if we can create our air tank. There's one. And I'm going to need one more quartz to do a second air tank. Okay, let's do storage box. Or small storage cube, I should say. Do another one. Okay, now let's go to where I said I was going to drop them, which was over here. And I want to try and put them somewhere where they're easy to see. Okay, now hopefully it won't go drifting for miles. Let's try dropping one here then. Right, that's hopefully settled. Oh, the other one's gone for a long old stroll, so let's get that back and try again. Yeah, here seems to be a better place. This is only until I can build the base. Once you build the base, of course, you can store them there. And they won't just miraculously keep moving around. I guess they would do in the sea, wouldn't they, though, with the currents. But it is quite annoying. Anyway, for now that'll do.
10 seconds of oxygen.
Notice our oxygen is now at 75, so we've improved it by 30 just with one air tank. So let's go find another quartz to do the next air tank. Ah, there's one. They are difficult to see during the day. I will keep saying that. Okay, let's grab that fish. Come here. These seem much easier to catch, much slower. I think it's the peepers that are very quick. But then there's a nice tool that we can make to get them, which I will be showing you. There we go. So there's some food. Now, let's grab another titanium because we're using it up fast. Or salvage metal that we can turn into titanium. Okay, I think I got a quartz. Yep, I did. Let's go back and do the air tank. And that'll give us our 2 air tanks. I'm not trying to rush
10 seconds of oxygen
Yes,
remaining.
thank you, Debbie. I'm not trying to rush through this game. It's a beautiful game, and I want to do hopefully a nice long series with set out objectives for each episode, which will make it easier then for viewing purposes if you want to learn how to do anything in the game. So right, okay, let's cook up one of these fish. And for the second fish, we're going to use the salt and cure it. That way it won't spoil. So it'll last indefinitely. And then I'll show you the difference. Okay, so if we do our second air tank, we need glass. So let's grab the other piece of quartz. There we go. So here's, let's put, where are the fish? Here we are. So here's the two fish. Here's the cooked boomerang. You can see food 20 and 2 H2O. And here's the cured boomerang. You'll see it gives one more food. And okay, so one more food, but the main difference is, of course, this won't go off. So I can store that safely in there, knowing that it's not going to rot, which the food in this game does rot very quickly. So we'll eat this, and there we go. So our water level is getting quite low, so let's get another air sac and create some more water. Bleach is good, which we're going to get to eventually. For now, we rely on the air sacs, and let's create the glass. Or let's do the titanium. Okay, so for the glass, oh, I haven't got the 2 quartz. I thought I did. Oh no, I put them in here. Silly me. Right, okay, there we are. Let's now make some glass. And now let's make our second air tank. Okay, now looking on the left here, you'll see our air's gone to 105. If we look at the inventory, you'll notice that it does take up 4 slots and a tank. So it's a balance. It's down to your personal preference. You know, how much space you want to keep in your pocket for gathering resources, to how much air, to how long you can stay under the water. It's really down to each individual how many air tanks you want. I will probably go for 4 of them eventually, simply because then there's less chance of me being stranded deeper down and dying. Because as you could see earlier, when the screen went black, I didn't first realise straight away what was going on, but then I did remember, oops, running out of oxygen. When you run out of oxygen, the screen goes blank, you then start drowning, and you can't see where you're going, so you've got to hope you're pointing in the right direction when it does go black, and then you've got a few seconds to reach air. Okay, so we've got our 2 tanks. Let's now make another storage box. I was going to say I've not seen that before, but yeah, I have. It just doesn't do anything. Okay, so we'll create another small storage cube. Okay, let's now go. Let's create some more. Can we create some more water? Or let's drink it. In fact, we're going to have to cook up that other air sac as well for water. Okay. Let's go drop this other. Oh, the chests are going all over the place. Well, I can see where they're roughly staying, so that's fine. Till I build myself a underwater base, I'll just have to put up with it. So, okay, what we can do now... Ah, there's the timer. Okay, so just to go over what we've achieved, we've created our 2 air tanks, which has given us much more oxygen so we can stay under the water for longer. We've created our storage cubes, which... didn't want to pick it up. Which is handy for storing items in. And we're making progress, slow but sure. Thank you very much for joining me. Have a lovely evening. Bye bye.